Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. My name is Steve Curran, and I'm with Marina Del Rey Yacht Sales. And we try to have these events every 2 months and try to create. We say often that we sell the lifestyle more than we sell boats, and boating is more lifestyle than it is anything else. And so getting people involved in things of this nature is something that we take very seriously. Special thanks to West Marine. It's wonderful for them to make this facility available to us and provide us with refreshments, and we very much appreciate their support. I'd like to introduce the staff of Marina Del Rey Yacht Sales that's here. Jack Silver back there, the white-haired guy with a white beard, is with us. Tom Suki, Craig Underwood over here, Drew Curran, my son. Jim Foyer is not here. Jim Foyer was in Marina Del Rey before there were boat slips. He's an old-time member of Del Rey Yacht Club. He's an active member. David Morey and I have worked together on a lot of marina activities, and he helps us out on things of this nature. And there's also a whole lot of people that have lived aboard here. And there aren't too many answers or questions on living aboard that can't be answered by the people here. And we have, our speakers are very diverse. Carly Saltzman, who also is our marketing manager, I should have introduced this. She's going to be our first speaker. And she's 25 years old and kind of represents the younger group. And my wife and I have lived aboard for at least 18 years, once with 2 kids, always with a puppy dog and always with a few times with a kitty cat. And so we have a whole lot of experience with that. Norma Pratt has lived aboard since 1994 at the California Yacht Club and is very involved. We have another fella, Cameron Block Anderson, who is Cameron is a 35-year-old anesthetist, and he was educated in the East Coast. He got a job in LA Harbor, and he was crewing on a charter boat. He was chartering a boat in Croatia, and he got a job at an LA hospital, and he came up with a wild idea. Maybe he should live aboard. And he Googled living aboard LA, and thanks to Carly, a little article that I wrote on living aboard, we have a copy back here, came up. And son of a gun, he's now living part-time at the California Yacht Club on 146. And he has a cousin that lives in North Carolina, and we sold him a boat too, and he's living aboard in North Carolina. So it really shows you how this world is shrinking, and the way you need to kind of get out to people. There's a lot of stuff on the front desk that you might find useful. For example, there's a list of all the marinas in Marina Del Rey and the ones that encourage to live aboard. And there's the boats we have for sale. And this is something that I want to, it's a bumper sticker that says Boater Voter. And we are re-electing a new member of the Board of Supervisors in November. The man that's there has been termed out. And he's been a wonderful, Don Canabi has been a wonderful supporter of the boater. And there's a group of us that want to get boaters involved in making sure that we have a boating-oriented guide. The supervisor in our district represents everyone from Marina Del Rey back down through Long Beach. Almost all the water facilities are in this person's district, and that person has a lot of control. So, getting the right guy in that office is just very important. Boating, living aboard is not meant to be camping, and it's a quality life. It's not an inexpensive life either. By the time you pay live aboard, it's a quality life. And one of my idols is a guy named Charles Hathaway, who created the California Yacht Club. Magnificent man, passed away 3 years ago, and he was living aboard when we were living aboard. He was our paper boy. He would deliver the paper. We'd have to tip him $5 every Christmas. And he was listed in the LA Times as one of the 10 best dressed men in LA. And he was a live aboard. So that's a good thing. The other item I want to comment on just a little too, the idea of how good it is for kids. And my son Drew is in the back here, and I have a daughter 20 months younger than him, Deidre, and they grew up boating, and they really impacted it. It's the way they live their life. Drew has a 100-ton Coast Guard license, and my daughter, in a period of life, at one point started doing sailing to and from Hawaii, and raced to Hawaii 3 times, winning her class twice, came back 4 times. And the first time she went over there, I had borrowed a 52-foot Jeanneau to do a sea trial to a very nice guy named Ross Perlman, and I wanted to express my appreciation to him, and I asked him if there's something I can do, and he said, yeah, you can take me out on a Wednesday night race. I'd never raced before. So I take him out on a Wednesday night race, and he falls in love with racing, and he races to Hawaii with my daughter on board, and he wins his class. My daughter at the time was teaching history at Narbonne High School and is a believer in thematic education, less textbooks, more real people. Ross's father-in-law was in the Battle of the Bulge and ended up as a Jewish prisoner of war at the end of World War II. And my daughter was teaching a class in World War II history. And guess who comes into my daughter's class and tells about his experiences? Ross Perlman's father-in-law. And then one of the thrills about parenting, and it never gets over, is it just gets better. And to see this strong young woman affecting young people, my daughter, same gal I watched coming out of the womb many years before, a lot of that personality and that strength came from her time on the water and the things that she's fast. The first time she came back from Hawaii, I raced over on a boat named Merlin, famous old boat that held the record for 20 years. She came back. Merlin was a terrible boat. It was 68 feet long. It's the first sled. 68 feet long, weighed 23,000 pounds, no refrigeration. I mean, it was no door in the head. You know, it was just everything was made to make the boat light. And she would send me emails every day, and I was tracking her on the way back. And you know, she was going through the ups and downs, and she'd be fearful, and she'd be exhilarated and everything. And that experience, and experiences like that, are what created this strong woman who's now a wonderful mother and impacting a lot of young people. So I do believe can't think of another sport where you rely on all ages. You know, you can have young kids that still have a job on the boat, and they're still part of it. It's a teamwork that is very special, and I'm sure there are others. And I don't happen to know them. I'm sure there are others, but I know this is very special for those of us that are involved.